Okay. All right, you guys. I'm kind of getting the hang of this, though I'm super early. I started really early so I wouldn't be late like I was last time. And now here I am on early. So, yeah. So today I just received my wire wrapping jig, which I had been looking at for quite a while, but because I don't know, am cheap? I don't know. Um, I just never wanted to buy one, but I got this one free because I use Amazon. I use an Amazon credit card, and I get a lot of things free because we use it for everything. So I'm going to play around with this. And recently I got into wire wrapping just in the past like 6 months, and I truly, truly love doing it. So if you are here and you can, okay, I guess there's nothing else in there. If you're here and you can hear me, would you please let me know that? And let me see. Aha. I am not sure if anybody's hearing me or not. So, anyway. All right. My mic just broke, so let me put my earphones on, then I know for sure I've got sound. Okay. All right. So, hoping that you guys can hear me. And let me see what the controls are here. All right, looks like all my mics are active. And so if you can hear me, would you please let me know? And I'll go over here and see. Yay, one person is watching. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I'll go ahead and just be talking and wait until somebody says something, I guess. This is what the wire wrap jig looks like. It's much smaller than I thought it would be. So I think I need to all right. Okay. I should write a little note that asks if you guys can hear me. Let's see. hopefully that will be helpful. All right, so now I'm going to play around with this some. And I've never used one of these before. And so okay. All right. So I am using 16 gauge copper wire, and I think what I want to try first is to do like an infinity symbol. Let's see. Kind of wonder why this is happening. This one doesn't want to sit normally. I wonder why that is. Yeah, it is actually this one. I wonder what's happening. I might need to have Todd do some sanding right there. But anyway, it's fine. Well, wait a minute. It might make a difference. So let me try these guys here instead. Yeah, let me try that. And I think I'll try my my 18 gauge wire instead. So I have never done this before. And so maybe what I'll do, so it's probably best, let me read my instructions really quick. Oh, it actually gives some diagrams of some actual projects that I can do. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me start with something really easy though. I guess I'll just start with this first one. So it looks like it's mostly using these. So here, here, and here, here, and here. So let's go with that. I'm wondering if I should cut this. All right, so what it says to do is to make a loop on the wire. So I'm going to do that with this. And it's just going to be a small loop because I guess it has to go around one of these. Oh, these are two different sizes. Okay, let's just go with it. So I've got my loop. And it goes like this. Oh boy, this is like weird. I'm wondering how you hold this on, because so basically you're just winding it around, but these things want to come out, which is a bummer. So let's see, I think it's kind of, it feels a little bit weird to try to hold on with my fingers at the same time. So anyway, this is called the Serpentine. And I'm pretty sure that it is much straighter than if I had done this without the jig. So that's interesting. And then I think it would make sense, though I have no idea, if I were to make another loop. And so I guess that's cool. All right, so there's the first one. And I think I'll maybe do this. I like to use this tool to kind of straighten everything out so that, you know, the whole thing is flat-er, I guess. So that's pretty good and flat. All right, so the next one, there are these. They have a couple different sizes here, so, and some of them are kind of difficult to tell what size they actually are. It might just be like a lot better to have more of these. I did start early, Noe. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get on. Last time I was like 15 minutes late, and so I didn't want to do that again. And it just seems like I just kind of, you know, anyway, it's all good, right? And let me know if you can hear me, because I can hear myself through my earphones. Okay, so it looks like it's this one first, and then all the way across. All right, cool. So this one I am doing now, this is really kind of fiddly. I think that it's probably going to be a little awkward for a minute. This thing's called Flower Charm. Wait a minute. Oh goodness. This is, hold on. I gotta start over. So I want to talk about time management today while I'm doing this. And I want to know how many of you guys out there, even if you're watching this, like the replay of it, how many of you guys have issues with time management when it comes to making your gifts? one of the things that I do have problems with time management myself. So let me turn this off because there's kind of a glare. See if that works. I do have issues with time management, and it can be really difficult. I am a person with ADHD, so it can be rough, you know. It can be hard to... Oh, okay. I guess I shouldn't say that I definitely have ADHD. I haven't been diagnosed, but I'm hearing myself in my earphones, and you know what? It's really, really distracting. Let me see if I can turn them down. Yeah, I get it, Noe, for sure. Oh, whoops. Hang on a second. I think okay. All right, I figured it out. Okay, let me know if I'm still streaming. I think I am, but I figured it out that I needed to not be watching myself on YouTube. But anyway, yeah, I have some trouble with time management. I also am a procrastinator, but I feel like I'm probably getting a little bit better now. That, oh goodness. This really is such a fiddly tool, you guys. I don't know. I mean, I don't see this coming out very very nice. So, anyway, oh goodness. Yes, I am what? See, I've already forgotten. Oh, I don't know if I like this tool, you know? It just seems really, maybe I need to use a thinner, you know? So let's see. Let's try it this way. Oh, streaming, okay. All right. So I kind of feel like this is going to be probably even a little bit more fiddly with a thinner one, but I really would like to learn how to use this. It just seems like it would be so so cool, you know, such a cool tool to use, but I don't know. All right, so let's see. I start here, it says, and then I go, oh, it's just confusing the way that it says to do it. I wonder if I should just do what makes sense. Oops. All right, let me hold this down. Go this way. And then this way. Boy, I think I need some YouTube videos. I shouldn't be making any videos on this at all. Oh my gosh. So funny. But hey, this is a live stream, you know. So, and I'm just doing stuff. So yeah, back to the time management. You know, I have a lot of trouble with that myself, and being organized helps. but it doesn't completely um, fix the problem. And part of that reason is that I think I'm going to do something easier. Part of the reason for that, I think, is that I like to make decisions on the fly, you know. And I'm learning that about myself, is that I've always like said things like, I like options, you know, and I do. I really do like options, because if I have options, that means I can choose in the moment what I want to do, right? But the problem with that is that I can choose in the moment what I want to do. And choosing in the moment, you know, that's where our procrastination comes from, you know. We decide in the moment, I don't want to do that right now. And it's nice to be able to do that, but for some of us, like myself, it creates problems for me when there's actually goals that I have, you know, or something. So that is something that I'm actually working on right now, is trying to figure out, you know, what things I want to work on first. And so if you're anything like me, you are an all or nothing kind of person, and when you see a problem, you want to fix it like right now. And because that's what I love to do, because I want to make sure that mishaps and things that I don't like are never going to happen again, you know. So I make a big old grandiose plan, and it's a good plan, really, you know. And then when, you know, I'm excited about it for a couple of weeks, and then all at once I'm like, I do not want to do this anymore, you know. And a lot of the reason for that is because I allow myself to decide in the moment based on how I'm feeling, um, you know, what I'm going to do. So I am not trying to say that it's wrong to do that, but for me, it's not a good deal, you know. It's not good for me. And because I know that about myself, I'm starting to learn, you know, to apply that in specific ways. So what does that have to do with time management, though? Well, for me, time management has a lot to do with pre-planning. So if I'm pre-planning, you know, whatever it is I'm doing, I will save time, because I won't have to think about things in the moment and like redo, you know, plans or anything. I can just do what is in front of me. And the biggest thing that trips me up is when I am looking at the plan and then I say, well, I don't feel like doing that. I'm talking about time management, but I kind of am going off on a little tangent about how it works for me. So I'm kind of a squirrely girl, and I get really off, you know, let's see. I get really, let's see, how can I say it? Distracted. And you just witnessed it just now. So because I'm so easily distractible, I have to be really careful about what I'm doing, okay? And part of that, the way it relates to time management, is that, you know, what I've learned is that making a plan really will save me time, which is great. And but the problem is that I want to make a decision right in the moment. Okay. And so when I make this decision right in the moment, what happens is it trips up the whole plan. So there are ways around that for me, um, boy, these are not coming out good. Instead of creating a plan like to the, let's see, maybe to the half hour, because I used to do that, Matter of fact, I was a homeschool mom for 20 years. And back when my kids were really small, I used to do this. I used to follow this one book, and it was like heavy. It was heavy on the scheduling, right? And that was a good thing for me because I knew that I needed that. But it was not a good thing for me because, on the other hand, because I would spend so much time creating some kind of a plan, and then and I would love the plan, right? So I'd look at it and I'd be like, oh yeah, now my life is going to go exactly the way I want it to go. And then I wouldn't be feeling it, And when I wasn't feeling it, I didn't want to do it. And then I would make a decision, I'm not going to do this. So I've wasted my time because I spent all that time putting together a good plan. I wasted my time, and then, I have to redo the plan because I didn't like it the way it was. And then I felt like such a failure because I did not do the plan. And so all at once, I think being an all or nothing person really kind of helps that whole mindset issue. And by help, I mean hurt. And so, mindset is really important for anything that we're doing that we want to plan. And because, I am a handmade gift maker, and that's pretty much what I talk about. I'm bringing that into this, but it's actually just a life thing, for me. So, all right. So what do you guys think? Pretty cute. Kind of looks like a big giant hoop earring. So I've been practicing doing these hearts, and I have a few of them. And so let's look at the ones that I made without the jig, and the ones, so here's one I made kind of wonky, right? And this one looks a little straighter. Here's another. So one of the things that I do now, one of my tools in my toolbox, so to speak, is, that one was a little better. Still, the one with the jigs is a lot better, right? I like this one a lot, though. Okay. I think it's just going to take a lot of practice for me, guys. Yeah. Time management and how our mindset affects. Yeah, our mindset affects everything, really, you guys, because the truth is that we live our life out in our head before we live it anywhere else. Yes, I agree that the jig did smooth it out. I'm going to go ahead and try it again. But I don't know how people on YouTube are having like really super straight wire. So I'm going to have to figure that out, because every time I take it off the roll, it's not really it's not perfectly straight, and I don't know if that really matters at all, but it kind of bothers me, you know. But anyway, so you know, we're living our life in our head first, and you know, that can be a good thing or it could be a bad thing, you know. Living our lives in our head first could be the difference between, you know, manifesting a good result, you know, or you know, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I know that's kind of a little bit woo, and if it is, take what you know, what works for you, and leave what doesn't. But the truth is that, you know, well, let me just put it this way. And for those of you that are not knowledgeable about the Bible, don't worry, or you know, don't read that or whatever. Don't worry, I'm not going to get too into it. But there is a story in it that the Tower of Babel story, and it's always kind of been interesting to me that in the story, God says that man can do whatever he thinks. And I really, really believe that, you know, because, I mean, and we have the evidence of it, right? So, anyway, the difference, you know, I mean, living our lives out in our head first can be the difference between manifesting a good result and, you know, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. So when I coach people in a different place, I don't coach people, you know, about handmade gifts. I would if anybody needed that, but it seems like they don't. But anyway, when I coach people, I don't allow them to say negative things about themselves. You know, we reframe the things that they say, because this is the one, yeah. I teach them to reframe what they say, because what we say to ourselves matters. So anyway, all that to say that, you know, if we manage our thoughts, we can manage our time. And I truly believe that, you know, that we're a lot more powerful in our, you know, in our lives than we think we are. And, you know, I don't mean like God powerful or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am saying is that, you know, there is something to that, where, you know, we have a lot more, like, we can speak things into existence, not in the same way that you might believe that a deity could do that, but more, you know, in that whole idea of living our lives in our head, you know. So I don't know if all that makes sense at all, but yeah, Infinity says, I'm definitely all or nothing too. I only have two modes: go full force or stop completely. I find that I am like that, and I don't know about you, and I'm not talking about you, but I find that that's a neurodivergent. That's a neurodivergent thing, you know. At least that's what neurodivergent people are telling me. So, you know, and that's the reason why I think that I am neurodivergent, and why, you know, it helps me to kind of think of myself that way, because then, you know, I don't have to get down on myself, you know, and be, you know, negative about my little, you know, idiosyncrasies, I guess you could say. So now I've made 2 of these, you guys, and they're cute and everything, but they are actually they're almost the same size, which is super cool. The problem is that, you know, they don't mirror each other. So let me see if I can make one that does, and then I will be satisfied. So part of you know, what really helps a lot in my own personal life is learning how to generally feel neutral all the time. I don't have too many intense highs, and I don't have too many intense lows. Having said that, I have been diagnosed as major depressive disorder, and I thought, for some reason, sometimes I'll say manic depressive, but it's not that. It is not manic. But yeah, major depressive disorder. Hi, Andrea. Yes, it's helping. It is helping. You know, so, you know, I think about this kind of stuff a lot, you know. And I don't know why I started saying that to you guys, because I got distracted. But it was a happy distraction because it was Andrea talking to me and telling me something. That's my dear friend. And so anyway, if you guys don't know Andrea, this is everybody, this is Andrea. So what I'm trying to do is make a heart like one of these over here, but one that mirrors that one. And you know, I find it a little bit difficult to work this out in my head, but I think I'll be okay. Let's see. All right. So the next thing after this, you know, if I can get this working for me and I can make some nice straight things with it, is to figure out then how to oh, I can. You're right. Yes, I can, Andrea, but here's what happened. So do you see that how the loop is going under on both of them and on the same side? So that's what I mean by mirroring it, but otherwise it doesn't really matter that much. I just wanted it to be like a real pair of earrings. So if I keep working with this one will be a mirror to the other. So but this seems a little large. All right. All right, so I was just reading the reason I'm talking about time management today is because I was reading, I don't know if you guys remember this when you've gotten into the Handmade Gift Bosses group, but I asked the question, you know, like, what is your big struggle? And a lot of people say it is time management. And so I don't know that it is really that, you know. I think that we think sometimes, you know, that's what it is, but time management is really just a symptom, you know, and so many things are like that. You know, poor time management it's a symptom of, uh, in my opinion, of, the inability to control your thoughts. And the ability to control our thoughts is so important because if we can't, it'll get away, or I'm sorry, it will get in the way of any plans that we make. So if you are one of the people that came into the Handmade Gift Bosses group and is like, yeah, I don't know how to manage my time enough to make handmade gifts. I just won't be able to be done on time. Somebody else called themselves a time optimist, which I thought was kind of a cool way of saying that. Time optimist. I also have that same issue, where I just think, oh yeah, I'll get this done. It'll be no problem or whatever. And then when it's like a problem, I'm like, oh, problem. So I get that 100%. But the thing that is the most helpful to me is not necessarily creating a schedule or something, though that does help. But instead, what helps a lot more is to choose, or to tell myself, this is something it sounds so stupid, you guys, but does anybody else do this? Because when there's something that every single day I need to do, I have a specific thing that I have to do every day, and every day I don't do it, and then I feel bad about it, right? I have to carry that around all day long. You didn't do that thing, right? And, then the next day comes around and then I don't do it again. And it is like, weighing on me after a few days, right? So, I decided that I was going to start getting this thing done every day. And the way that I managed to get it done at least 5 times out of the week instead of 0, 5 out of 7 days, is I tell myself that that's not something that I am going to make a decision about today, because I already made that decision last week. So, and that goes back to that thing that I tell you guys, the people in my membership. I teach the whole idea of, hang on one sec, yeah. I teach the whole idea of trusting your former self, right? A lot of times, I have a person that I coach right now every week, and it's really unfortunate because she's a really great person, but she lives inside of her regrets. So any decision that she makes, always has the potential to come back as a regret, and it's really a bummer because she can't have even any peace at all, So, she gets a new dog, and then she can't help but regret getting that new dog, when the dog poops on the floor or something, you know what I mean? And the regret is so strong that, she will basically, put herself into a funk because, she's so bummed out, she regrets her decisions. She doesn't have her own back, and it's hard when, you're not able to come out of that, So, anyway, it's a bummer. but you know, it is a reality for people that, you know, not controlling the way that we're thinking, you know, can really create havoc in our life. Looks like I got 2 pairs now, you guys. I just have to see. So these 2 are smaller than the mirrored ones, which is totally weird. Are they? Though? What do you guys think? Maybe I think this one's pretty big, so maybe I need to kind of make it a little smaller. So once these are done, the next thing I need to do, well, aside from straightening everything out, is to figure out how to, well, I guess I know how, is to file the ends, you know, right here. Because if I'm making these earrings, then this would be the part right here that would go into the ear, right? And it needs to be comfortable. So that's something I'm learning how to do. So I'd say that the jig is, I guess, successful. What do you guys think? All right. All right. So anyway, let's see. So I'm done talking about the time management thing, but if you have any, thank you. I think so too. I think they were a lot better, and I mean, obviously I need some help, you know what I mean, with or I need some practice, you know. So there's that, but I think it'll be pretty good. So one of the things I'm working on, the reason why I wanted to get this jig, you know, or at least get better at copper wrapping, is because I want to make, I'm testing out a project that I would like to give to you guys in January, and it is it's an infinity bracelet, and so it would be like this, and then, you know, the other side would be tucked in here, of course, like this. And I kind of like this because then if the wire is, I can tuck the end of the wire inside, you know. And I think this is really cute. And I also think that with a darker, this looks nice for a lady. Well, I mean, I guess, you know, things are just more gender neutral now, but, you know, I think that it would be nice to have two options for color, you know. And hang on, let me go get some of my leather stuff. Dropping things. All right, so let's see. So for one thing, it's going to have to be, let's see, maybe it could be like this, and maybe it would be like not too weird if I just threaded it this way, and maybe even make it a little easier, you know. I guess if I was able to bend this, make it a little bit rounded, that would be okay. And the other thing is that, let's see. And so once I have that, then I can just put a snap on it, and that would be a really cute bracelet. What do you guys think? So, I would wear it. Would you wear it? I would wear it. Oops. I like it. I think it's pretty. So there's a couple different things that can be done with this. For one thing, just so you guys know, this actual leather is the one that I got from Temu. All right, and so just so you know, this is super soft, right? And it's got a little bit of scuffs on it, you know. But if you save the scuffed parts, or the ones with the scuff marks, for when you can cover it up, far as I know, you can paint leather like this with acrylic paint. So theoretically speaking, you could probably paint this black. You can also dye it with leather dye. Okay, so my big thing is that I want to try to make some infinity symbols, but I want them to look nice. These ones look kind of, wonky, I guess. So, hey, Darla. I'm glad you guys are all here. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm working on. And I would like to see, maybe I'll just experiment a little bit with stuff. What are these? Are these the snaps? These might be the snaps. I feel like these are too big though for that. So I'm wondering if I have the right size. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Andrea, and so I think that it'll be fine to, I do have, I don't think these are snaps. I think these are just, yeah, these are just going to be I forget what these are called. Somebody tell me what these are called again. I know that Noe knows because she knows everything. And I just don't always call up the terms the way I want to. So I don't really know. I think these also are these. Okay, so these are buttons. It's just the buttons have 4 pieces. Yeah, I remember. And these are pretty big. So actually, they're not brads, but they are, dang it. I just can't, grommets? No, not grommets. Not grommets, because they're these flat ones. No, they're not snap fasteners. That's what these ones are. Oh gosh, we're having a little test here. Anyway, so I think I need to get some smaller snaps though, because yeah, these are the eyelets. Rivets, yes, thank you. Rivets. So there was one thing that I want to do that I think would be I mean, I might just go ahead and do this anyway, like cut this in half, I think. And you guys, I got a paper cutter for my birthday from Todd, and it is it's one that cuts 100-point chipboard like butter. Anyway, it also cuts leather like butter, which is super cool. And it's very, very sharp. And yeah, so I'm super excited about it because I'm not always, you know, the one to, you know, get all the very best stuff, you know, because for one thing, I don't really like to make it like so you guys have to do that too, you know, because I know that it's, you know, not everybody does this for a job, so, you know, it doesn't make sense for everybody to get the most expensive stuff. But depending on what you're going to do with a cutter like that, you know, it could be your only cutter that you need, and it's really, really cool. And but it was quite expensive, and it's the kind, I don't know if anybody has looked into cartonnage at all. I've talked about it before, and basically what it is it's the art of making boxes out of cardboard, but not just cardboard, but chipboard, you know, thick chipboard. And so the way that I've seen it taught, I don't know if anybody else teaches this, but the only person I've seen teach it teaches how to put fabric on it, which, you know, is actually really pretty, especially if you do it the right way. So that is something that's kind of on my radar to learn. But being that, you know, I'm making, you know, junk journals and things like that, and covers and stuff, it makes it really easy to be able to just use whatever it is that I want to use. So this would be a really good place right here for a rivet, you know, right here. And incidentally, you can, so this is copper, it's called dead soft copper. It's real copper. It's not the imitation ones that are sold in some by some places, but it's it can be soaked in something called liver of something. I wish I had it right here. Liver of sulfur, I think is what it's called, or sulfur of liver, one of the two. Liver of sulfur, I think is what it is. And what it does is it gives it like a weathered sort of look. And so I think that would be really good for, you know, a person that had a more masculine taste in jewelry. And so, yeah. So I think that the copper that is just left, you know, this color would be maybe more of a feminine style. What do you guys think? So anyways, what I'm doing here is I am scraping off the inside right here. I'm cutting it down sort of, so that when I fold it, it's not going to be super bulky. Like, here's what it would look like if I didn't do that. Kind of bulky. And here's what it looks like if I do. So I at least want to do one side, but I think I'm going to carefully do both. Because when I wear it, yeah, I think copper's real pretty also, you know, and it does look like rose gold. So I would wear, you know, just intact copper, you know. But I also want to try the liver of sulfur thing, because what that does is it makes your it makes it look kind of that, like industrial, I guess. And I sort of like that too. I might just make this one for me, just simply because it doesn't look all that, you know, I don't really feel like it's like giftable, and this would give me a really good gauge on whether this bracelet, the way I put it together, is going to work. So I like to, before I give you guys a, you know, something to try, I want to make sure that it works, so that y'all aren't out there spending money and, you know, not getting good results. I just want you guys to get good results. So let me see. I think I'm going to try this. And this is a leather punch, super sharp, and makes it super easy to poke holes through. So I don't have any like rose gold or whatever, so I'm just gonna pick a color, I guess, that seems to match, I guess, sort of. I don't know. Oops. All right. And so I better get my mallet. I don't know where that's at. Hang on. Oh, wait, maybe I do. Maybe it's in my box. Yeah. Okay, so cover your guys' ears. Yeah, that's for sure. No, so nice. It would have been better if I would have done it the other way, but look. See, it's a little bit banged up on the outside, and it looks really good on the inside, so I think I needed to do that the other way around. But anyway, so there's that. And let's see, this is the one and I think I want to do this a little bit more. And a lot of the stuff that I got for leather working, I got in a set, and it was probably like $30. It was something that Todd bought for me. Maybe it was like $45. I really don't know. But anyway, there's other things that I didn't have. Was this, and I think this is like a 1.5 pound, and it's really a good mallet, and I think I got it for like $10 from Temu. So Temu has a lot of everything, really, but plenty of leather working tools that are affordable. So if leather working is something that you're interested in, I do recommend. I actually recommend Temu for so many things, you guys. I mean, I think that some people think it might be like Wish, because, you know, we've all been burned, right? And so, I mean, Wish is like the worst. in my opinion. I don't know about anybody else, but I mean, there was some weird ass things that you can get off of Wish. And anyway, so check it out. So it's already looking like, you know, looking pretty good. Oops, oh my goodness, that's really sharp. And I barely touched my finger with that. It didn't cut me, thankfully. But man. Let's see. Oh, well, wrong side. That was so dumb. Oh well. Such is life, you guys. So anyway, so far I like it. Yeah, I know. Temu has a lot of good stuff. And so I always recommend it. I know some people are, you know, anti-Temu. And I get that, you know, and that's fine. But it honestly has always done me right, you know. So now that I have this part done, the last part I need is to figure out, you know, where I need to put the snap, and that would probably be about right here. So, because I'm just going to do this with my fingernail, and yeah, they're really good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these. And when you cut your leather, save the pieces for your junk journals, because these could be little, I don't know, somethings. Tiny belly bands, I guess. Yeah, I love the 70s. I grew up in the 70s. So, you know me and my 70s horror movies, and I like 70s music, and I don't know where that came from, but it doesn't. Yeah, there is a domed thing, and so the tool that I was using was this, and there are actually two of them. So there's a small one and a large one, and I think I probably needed to use the small one, but I used the large one, and it turned out all right. As far as underneath, I don't know. No, I don't have that in here, but I bet I probably do have one somewhere. Yeah, maybe. But that particular set didn't come with one. And this one comes with one, but it's quite big. So I probably just don't have one. So anyway. All right, so I wonder, this looks so tiny now, you guys. Oh no. What do I do? Yep, I just messed this up. Oh boy. All right, so we're gonna go with plan B, and I just cut that way too short. So we're gonna go with plan B and not put a snap, and I don't have that size snap anyway, so it's fine. Yep, I can, except it's really quite thin, this piece of leather. This piece would probably be better for that. But for sure, I think this leather feels exactly like the vegetable tanned leather that is called tooling leather. This one's just a real soft one, and I would think it could be tooled as well. Let's see. if I have something small enough. Oh, these are pretty big. Some of these are just like textures, so they don't make any sense when I'm looking at them, but if you were to use them as like something to create texture, it would make a lot of sense. So try that one. Could maybe try this one. So let's see. So the way you're really supposed to do this, yeah, this works. The way you're supposed to do it though is you're supposed to actually wet it first, but this worked out fine. I like that. I think I might want to do that on my, ooh, I like it. Maybe it'll make it too busy. Hold on. Let me just play around. They're kind of like little suns. I don't think that my camera is picking up the detail on it, but I'm kind of wondering how it would look if I stamped it on here, and maybe it would make it a little too busy. So I think I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to continue to figure out what to do about my short straps. I can't believe I did that. For some reason, I just thought I was like doing what I was supposed to be doing, and turns out, no, not quite. So I think what I'll do is add a, let's see. I'll probably add another thing and add a ring on this side, but I probably don't have a small ring, so I wonder if I can just use my 16 gauge wire and make something with those little rolly things. I'm gonna run away. Although, what can I wonder if I can. I don't think I want this to be this big, so maybe I'll try one of these. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's my process. So, let's see. It's all part of that feeling neutral about stuff, you know. I love to feel neutral about things. It means I don't get, if it makes it, what was I going to say? If you guys can believe this, I have a, I used to have a really terrible temper. So I don't know if you guys could imagine that, because I'm totally not like that at all now. But yeah, really bad. So it's kind of a miracle that I can sit here and work through problems like this and not be like, oh my God, I'm so mad, or whatever. But yeah, I guess it works better on this thing, right? Goodness. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish. I honestly think I kind of work a little better with this thing for now. I mean, with a small thing like this, I think probably work better for me. All right, so now what I can do here is I can catch the I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's ends right here that I don't really want to do anything with. So I'm going to catch those in here. Whether or not they stay there, I don't know. I mean, it could come back to, you know, kind of bite me in the butt that I don't do anything with those. But thank you, Andrea. So let's go ahead and do another one of these, and let me use the right tool this time, and hopefully it will come out a little better. But I know what you mean about that, Andrea, having something with like dome shaped underneath would be much better. So all right, it's probably sort of a saving grace that I cut these too short, because the reality is that I don't, you guys know this about me, I think, probably, but I have a hard time finishing things. So, I mean, I spent a large part of last year, you know, showing you guys how to do stuff, but never finishing the project, you know, saying, oh, I'm going to finish it in a little bit, but I just didn't, you know, on a lot of things. And so, because of that, I'm really trying to be better about that and make myself finish. So I really, really want to finish this particular project. And I happen to finish 2 pairs of what might be earrings. So I'm happy about that. Happy about that. So yeah, it's going to be kind of weird, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to be okay with it. I think I can manage to do something. What is happening? You guys, I just turned 56 yesterday. And don't they say that like 50's the new 30 or something, or 40? I hope that's what they say. All right, let me see. Now I want to make another item that is going to help me to fasten this, and it's going to have to be pretty big. So let's bring this thingy out again. See what we can do. Thank you, Andrea. You're getting old when all you want for your birthday is for nobody to say, "Can you do this for me?" Can you do this for me? Or you just want to like be able to decide what you're going to do with like every second of your day. that's my that's my idea of a great birthday. Even if my mother-in-law wanted to take me out to eat, and I was just like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to. Todd asks me, Mother's Day or my birthday or whatever, do I want to go somewhere? And I'm like, I don't care. If the kids want to go, then I'll go, but I don't know. I just don't care that much. Thank you, Darla. All right, so what I want to do is I want to create one. Yeah, I agree, Noe. I want to create one side that's more like a let's see. I think I know. All right, so now let's see. This is going to go in this side. And so I need to figure out how long I need this to be. And this is going to be really kind of interesting because I actually don't know how the size of my wrist. So there's that, and it looks like it is something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7. All right, so that means that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to need this to be probably like 2 inches long. And let me put another rivet in right here. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that I think I've gotten from being older, is I think I'm going to hang on to that for a second, is just allowing myself to just make, my own autonomous decisions, and not worry too much about what other people want from me. I mean, there are people that I, allow myself to be, subject to, but there aren't that many, and they're different people than what they were before for various reasons. But anyway, I feel like now they're finally the right people. All right, so this looks weird, right? But it's okay because I don't know if this will work, but we shall see. So if you're doing this the way I'm doing it, you want to be using 16 gauge or thick gauge wire, even if it's, silver or anything, whatever it is you're using, you want it to be a thick gauge wire. And so let's see if this is going to work. It's a little awkward to put on, in my opinion. but I do think that it can work. Although I don't think it's going to be a great idea to, yeah. All right, so there, I did it. It's wonky, but I did it. Pretty cool. And this is the, yes, I know. So, you know, it's workable. I think this being as long as it is going to be, it's just going to be weird, you know. But it does work, and it is strong enough, you know, to hold this bracelet on, and it's not going to be, you know, a really big problem. So anyway, I think if I put it on the other way, it might look a little bit better, but I don't know, guys. Oh, there we go. So let's turn it around. Yeah, that was much easier to put on this time. So the problem here is this. It's just too short. If it were longer like this, it would go around my wrist nicely, and then I could make this shorter. So all in all, though, I'm happy with it. I am very happy with it. And so there you go. I'll probably make it a couple more times, you know, just to firm up the whole thing, and then I'll share with you guys. That'll probably be one of the Valentine's Day projects, you know, that are the new projects that I told you guys about that we're going to be doing, that you guys will be getting every month. So yeah, pretty cool. So if you want to follow along with that at some point, well, actually, I don't know if I'm going to be making it on, I don't think I'll be making it on camera. If you guys want me to, and do it as a workshop, I can. But I don't know. We'll just see. We'll just see. I like it too. I think it's really cute. And I think it would be versatile as a, you know, for somebody that is more feminine, as well as somebody that is more masculine. But there are things that we can do. So anyways, yeah. All right, guys. So I'm pretty much done, I think. I really don't have anything else to do right now, but I don't know. But I don't want to hold you guys hostage. So if you guys need to go, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I might just sit here and, you know, do a little bit more with some of these scraps. Just play around. Do you mean here? Like some crystal beads on the copper wire here? I think so too. That might be kind of cool. Huh. Think about that. Yeah. Oh, this is too short. Okay. I really like this 16 gauge wire. So I'm just going to keep practicing. On this. I actually really like this particular craft. Wire wrapping. It's sort of one of my favorites so far. Yeah. Well, there wasn't really a whole lot of info on the jig. Basically, I'll tell you what it has and what it comes with, and then I'll see if I could demo it again. But basically, it comes with this, and then it comes with a few different sizes of these. This one, I don't know, one of these doesn't like to sit in there very well, so I think I'm going to have Todd, you know, fix it because it rocks, and then it seems like, well, I know it will happen, that the wire will go underneath it rather than around it. It already has that issue anyways. So anyhow, I got this from Amazon. It was like 16 bucks. And because I had Amazon points on my card, I got it free. So I get a lot of stuff free because I use that particular credit card to pay bills and everything, and then just pay it off every month. So I actually get hundreds of dollars every year just by doing that. So I do recommend that if you are not if you don't have problems using a credit card, like, you know, shopping issues or whatever. I mean, I got shopping issues too, but hey. But that is how I get a lot of my craft stuff. Yeah, I don't like to carry a balance. I actually am carrying a balance on my business credit card, and it's really bothering me. So, yeah, I just really don't like that feeling at all. So, Todd and I actually paid our house off in 9 years, which was kind of crazy. So, that's nice. But yeah, we just don't usually carry a balance on any of our cards or anything like that. So these are the smallest ones, and then there's 6 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. I wouldn't mind having, you know, a little bit more, but, you know, I always think that more is always better. So, yeah, that's actually our second house we paid off. So when we moved here, right before we moved here, we had paid off our other house, and then we took on another loan, which was kind of like, you know, it wasn't, it didn't feel fun. I mean, it felt fun to move, but it didn't feel fun to, you know, owe money again. So, but it turned out fine. But thank you for the congrats. So anyway, I was going to finish telling you. So basically it comes with all these pegs, right? And then you just, it also comes with this, which is some instructions, but I couldn't necessarily figure it out right away. So, but there are some different little designs that you could make. This is the one I was having a lot of trouble with because it was a little confusing. I think this one would be much easier. This one was pretty easy, and it is right. Let me show it to you. So it looks like this. I just curled the ends, but this one's called the serpent or snake. And so it kind of goes like this. And just imagine it doesn't have this tail. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what we did too. I think we paid like, you know, 3 times. We started out paying 3 times, or 3 times the principal, triple principal. And then, you know, I'm sure that it probably ended up being a little bit more than that because, you know, as you pay down your loan and everything. Oh, cool, look at this. It shows like a beaded hook option. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to try that one. Anyway, you guys, I'm getting really tired right now. I'm not sure why I'm so tired, but I am. So I'm going to hop off. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your company. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. Talk to you later. Bye.